Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to play Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, written by Bob Dylan around 1963. This song is going to be in the key of E major. We're playing in this C position with a capo on the 4th fret. So grab your capo, grab your guitar, tune up, and let's jump right into it. This lesson is going to be quite easy for anyone who's been through my beginner fingerstyle course. So if you haven't been through that course, it's linked below this video. Do check it out. So with the right hand thumb, there are two bass patterns that are being played as we walk through this chord progression. There's the 5th string root bass pattern, which goes 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4. And there's the 6th string root bass pattern, which goes 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4. And it's really worth taking the time to get very comfortable playing these bass patterns. It's going to make everything about fingerstyle guitar that much easier. So I'd recommend playing 5, 4, 6, 4 over and over again. Try and do it for 5 minutes without stopping. Just getting so used to playing that pattern. And then do 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4. Because what we're going to do is if the chord has the root note on the 5th string, then we play the 5th string root bass pattern. So like that C shape, it's going to be a 5th string root bass pattern with the right hand. And this G shape is going to be a 6th string root bass pattern because the root note of the chord is there on the low E string. And an alternate version of the 6th string root bass pattern is just alternating between the 6th and the 4. So if there's no 5th string being played, I know this is getting confusing, but stick with me, then you just rock back and forth between the 6th and the 4th string. So once you get comfortable with those bass patterns and you've learned the chord progression, you should be able to play this. I know it sounds a bit boring, it sounds a bit dry, but this is really the foundation of everything we're going to play when we play a folk-based song like this. So that's kind of where we're at. We are getting used to playing the chords over and over again. We're getting used to playing the bass pattern with the right hand. And if it takes you 2 weeks to be able to do that, that is time well spent, because the next song you learn will be that much easier. The song after that will be even easier, and it keeps getting easier as you learn more and more songs with these fingerstyle techniques. Now when you're practicing the bass pattern, I'd recommend muting the strings, because it just gives you a little bit more of a percussive sound, and it controls the note duration a little bit. If you don't mute the notes, it sounds like this. Which doesn't sound as musical to me. However, when I show you the rolls, it's totally okay to use no muting, and I often do when playing this kind of a style. So it's going to sound like this with the rolls. Okay, so all I'm doing there is adding 2 notes to the thumb pattern. So between those 2 notes, there's the 3rd string being played with the index finger of the right hand. And then between the next 2 notes, I'm playing the second string with the middle finger of the right hand. You just keep repeating that. Just stick on one chord till you get comfortable with it. And then work on putting it in every chord. Etc. So you should be able to play. So as you can see, we're getting closer to being able to play a real fluid musical performance. The next step is to add a string grab. So a string grab's going to sound like this. All I'm doing there is playing the top three strings of the guitar, the first, second, and third string, with the index, middle, and ring finger with the right hand on the downbeat of each new chord. So the first thing I want you to do is play through that chord progression with a string grab just like I showed you. And the second thing is to do a string grab with a little roll, like this. Hear that? I'm just going index, middle, ring with a little bit of a roll. And that's going to create a nice fluid musical sound. Okay, so let's go into the specific riffs and licks that I'm playing here. So the first couple of bars sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm playing a little melody there. So the right hand thumb keeps that bass groove going. And I basically play with one finger per string. The index finger is on the third string, the middle finger is on the second string, and the ring finger is on the first string. And I play that melody up top while keeping that bass line going. That's really all that's going on. Okay, I know it's complicated and it's going to take you a while to just get those two bars, but that's the nature of the game when it comes to fingerstyle guitar playing. You've got to take it bar by bar. So the first two bars. The melody. And you might think to yourself, Bob Dylan never played these things. Well, that's true. And if you want to learn the way Bob plays it, then you're basically just going to play a few little finger picking patterns while you play the chord progression. Moving on to the third bar, over that 4 chord, I go like this. So what that is going... So you wouldn't be able to play this if you didn't use the thumb of the left hand to play that bass note. So basically you have the thumb covering that bass note, and then you have... And then we have nice little flourish there. So that's hammer on. We go, so I'm going pinky and the ring finger, sliding all the way up there, to what would be the 5th fret if you didn't have a capo on. So I'm playing that while keeping the bass line going. And then the melody goes. And then we go. So we go. From there, the next 2 bars go. So I'm going. And I'm playing the bass line at the same time. And then I go to this 4 chord and I go. So there's the melody. And then we go. So it's. Hammer and pull off. And that's the entire intro. It sounds like this when you get it all together. So during the verses, I suggest playing the string grab version that I showed you earlier. And maybe adding a few little rolls. We don't need to be too rigid with it. We can really just try to keep the groove going, try to keep the train rolling along, and throw in a few little embellishments and fills as you would like to. And you can keep it really basic to begin with, but basically that's what I'm doing. And when I play the instrumental section, I'm basically repeating that intro with maybe some variations depending on how I'm feeling. So I hope you've found this lesson to be satisfying. I know it's difficult to play a song like this, especially one that's a folk song, which means it has some looseness to it. It's not meant to be played exactly as written, although if you'd like to play it exactly as I have it, I have the tab available. It's 20 pages long. And it's definitely every single note that I played in my performance of this song. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and have fun playing this song. Do check out my beginner, intermediate, and advanced fingerstyle courses if you'd like a step-by-step method for developing your fingerstyle technique. I wish you all the best, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.